Devil's Door 2014. Hello everyone and welcome. Our story of this movie begins with a teenage girl named Hannah. Hannah was with her boyfriend, who talked to her about his uncle who is a sorcerer, and that she can play a game with him for less than a minute and win $500, which is a great deal. She asked him if he would accompany her. He told her he would take her, but she would play the game alone, because that's what the rules are. For me, it's suspicious, playing a game for less than a minute and earning $500. But as she loves her lover, she put all her trust in him and went with him to his uncle to play the game. Having joined the uncle, he came in first and started talking to him in a fake voice and said that she knew nothing about the game. Hannah couldn't hear what they said because their voice was low. The place sounded scary, but her lover insisted on her to play, and she would enjoy the game, so she agreed. The sorcerer asked her to put her hand in the box and pick one. Now she has to choose a cup. She made it twice, but the third time the form of the emoji changed, so he told her he had chosen her. She tried to touch the emoji, but the piece moved by itself, so he gave her the money and ordered her to go to the crossroads and say her name, so the ghost could recognize her when he called her. But he said words she couldn't understand. "You're the bridge that crosses the left lane, and one day it will come, and you will be great." But what is it all about? We might know that later. From the very beginning it didn't seem comfortable to her, but only her lover convinced her to do so. Maybe the worst is yet to happen. Nobody knows. She walked to the crossroads and said her name, but she felt someone was following her, but she didn't care. After she came home, she seemed pleased with the money she got. Then she heard a voice saying, "Come to me." But she didn't hide and follow the sound source and couldn't find anything. Then she heard a creaking sound coming from the closet, but once opened it, she found nothing. She stretched out and put on her headphones because there was nothing to worry about. But she noticed that the closet door was opened after she had just closed it. Seemed that things would not bode well. Suddenly, she saw something in the mirror. An invisible devil pulled her, where she felt pressure in her vagina. After that, the invisible thing raised her and hit her against the wall, where she immediately awoke. This girl named Lee is 29 years old, working as a real estate agent. She has a sister named Vera. She comes to see her regularly. She finds with her this young man, whom she believed to be her lover. But Vera doesn't like the idea of going out, getting married and having kids. But maybe there's something hidden fate. When she left her sister's house, she was called and asked to check out a property for sale. She went there. As soon as she entered, the place appeared to have been left for a while. And when she opened the drawer of the closet, she found a pack of $500. This house seems like the one where Hannah lived, but what happened to her? The house looked weird because there were burn marks on the walls. And when she came into the room, she found a mirror covered with a jacket, and once she took it off, she saw a strange person behind her, but he soon disappeared and she found no trace of him. Strange thing is, he looked like Hannah and had the same clothes. Did Hannah become a devil? When talking to the owner of the house, they said that they wanted to sell the house as soon as possible, pretending that they were going through a tough financial situation and that they needed money. But the way this man spoke indicates that he's confused and wants to get rid of the house in any way, shape or form. The real estate agent said she saw someone there at home. This woman told her she was Charlene, but the father said they were looking for their daughter who ran off with her lover months ago. Since the parents seemed confused, they decided to go quickly, while she asked for permission to come home to check. Coming back to Hannah, we see that she decided to get out with the $500 package and bury it underground, believing that money is possessed by a devil. When she went back home, she couldn't believe what happened. and thought she was out of her mind. Then the closet drawer was opened by itself, and when she got closer, she found the package of money there. He was sitting inside her home dining, and suddenly the electricity went out. But it is expected because it was raining and there was a lot of lightning. Well, the scary part is the burglar's alarm started ringing, and she lives alone and can't protect herself. She found the door open, but fortunately there is anyone here. So, did anyone open the door? She checked the house well, but found nothing. Then she heard the sound of steps on the ceiling walking straight ahead to take a picture with her sister and breaking the photo glass. It looks like the devil started following Lee as well, and she knows nothing about it, but there wasn't anything after that. The following day, Lee went to the couple's house to check. She walked into the room of the possessed mirror to take off the jacket again, but this time nothing happened. When she got up, she saw a girl upstairs that she thought was Charlene, but she was Hannah. Lee spoke to Hannah, but she remained strangely silent. Lee called Charlene's parents to tell them that she had found their daughter. But what's absolutely shocking is that the parents said that their daughter was with them. Lee gets a piece of paper from an old journal that says Hannah committed suicide. It looks like Hannah couldn't handle living with that devil and took her own life. Lee went to the girl to ask about her, but the voice was a man's voice. It looks like the devil inhabited Hannah's body and started wandering with it to find another prey. Suddenly, Lee began to flounder and fell to the ground and died immediately. Here the devil shows up as he is. And when Lee's body was taken to autopsy, it turns out she died of a heart attack, which made the cause of death unknown to her sister. The police gave Vera the key to Lee's house. She found the address of the possessed house. Once she got to it, it seemed like a strange place. And when she took the jacket off the mirror, she heard a voice telling her, "Come to me." So she followed him to the closet, where he showed his true form as a terrifying demon. When Vera went to Hannah's friend, she told her everything, in which she told her that Hannah had sold her soul to the devil. And she took her own life because she was pregnant, even though she was a virgin and never had sex with her boyfriend. It seems that the devil had sex with her when she felt something pressing her between her thighs. So she got pregnant from a devil, which led her to commit suicide. She warned Vera to stay out of the case as far as she could, as the devil can go after her and do with her what he did with Hannah, and realizing her worst nightmare, forcing her to have kids. Vera went straight home and began packing to get out of there tomorrow. But the devil appeared in her house during her sleep, where she woke up at the sound of his walk. She began looking for him around the house, and as soon as she wiped the mirror, he struck her to fall to the ground, but he raised her body and threw it against the wall, as he did with Hannah, but at the bottom, where she crashed into the glass and fell to the ground. After waking up in the hospital, she looked alright. However, the doctor told her that she had been in a coma for 8 months and that she was pregnant. She couldn't believe it. So the doctors did an ultrasound to look at the tragedy. Is that the head of the fetus looks like the head of the devil, where she asked them to abort immediately. So they decided to do a cesarean section and send the baby to someone for adoption. And she totally refused to see the face of the newborn girl. She went to see her daughter and seemed to her a normal girl. But she still believes she is a devil who entered her body and decided to take revenge on her. However, the girl ran away. Vera pursued her with a dagger, but escaped from her. After having chased her from one place to another, the young girl finally decided to give herself up to Vera to kill her. But she couldn't kill her daughter because of her maternal instincts, and she decided to take her with her to get the family back together. And after Vera hated the whole marriage and motherhood thing, she brought a baby into the world by fate and against her will. And she couldn't abandon her even if she was a devil's daughter. Thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the story. and see you in the next video.